Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Anna, and I work at Free Geeks Academy. And today we will be having our event on our first look for our new program, Software Engineering. We will be live in a few minutes. We're just gonna wait for more people to join. We'll start the event about 6:05. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat, you're more than welcome to do that. We'll just wait a couple more minutes so everyone finish loading. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see my screen.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So we'll start. Once again, my name is Anna, and I work at Free Geeks Academy. Tonight's event will be a first look on our new program, Software Engineering. Just a little bit of background on 4Geeks. We are a coding bootcamp. A little bit of facts behind it. People that attend 4Geeks usually have about a 22% increase on their wage. We have about 700 graduates, 89% placement ratio, and we offer many financial options available. For example, we have the income share agreement, which is you can do the work now, and once you get a job, you can start paying. And then you can see all of our partners. Most of our students have gotten jobs in some of these companies, and also they are big partners of us. Tonight, we have a very special guest who will be our speaker. He is a co-founder and CEO of 4Geeks Academy, Marcelo Ricigliano, and I will give him the microphone now so he can speak a little bit about himself and about the new program.
So it looks like I am receiving a microphone, like a digital microphone right now. It would be lovely if you, if you want, or if you can, turn on your camera so I can avoid the loneliness feeling that I have since pandemic. Working from home for the last 6 months. Actually, this week was my birthday of lockdown. So every time that I have the opportunity to see some faces I consider, I appreciate that. I appreciate that kind of nice to be up. There are some faces or names that I do know who you are. Like Nisa over there. Hi, Nisa. Nice to see you again. I'm Kevin. Hey, Kevin, man. I want to see you, man. And some others I don't know yet, probably. I might get to know afterwards, hopefully.
Can't forget
good
about
thing about the
Paulo.
people that, yeah, I think I do know that guy. The good thing about those who still hasn't joined 4Geeks but are attending this event is that you have alumni here, people that graduated already from 4Geeks. So if you have any questions, you can pretty much ask them and have a non-biased, maybe a bias, I don't know, but it's less biased than my opinion, of course. Because well, I launched 4Geeks, so I have the right to be biased, you know. The point is that if you have any questions about 4Geeks or about the things that we do, you can feel free to quickly talk to it. I'm trying to share my screen and I'm always having trouble with that. But I think I'm able to do it now. Is that correct? Thumbs up or down if you can see me. Well, not me.
Good. It works.
The presentation, I mean. Yes. Nice. Really nice. Really nice. So the main lately I've been I don't know, I have attended a few workshops or events, and sometimes it takes longer to get to the point, and that's not the case tonight. I'm just going to the point. So I think it will be a really straightforward conversation because the main thing that we are doing tonight is actually taking the time to present to you the new second phase program that we have, and that we're proud to launch as part of our curriculum offer and as part of the programs from the training that we deliver as part of the 4Geeks vision, right? You might know that there are many different boot camps out there. Not only, I think the last time that I checked, they mentioned around 100, probably 150 different boot camps across the U.S. only, and that's only the U.S. And you can start sticking like the main features or how you differentiate kind of things, and coding, right? Syllables. Our strength. Because that's what much what we know. Then you can find others teaching or startup or many other differences. Probably, maybe. Internet is not working properly. I'm trying my best. I think if you kind of you can hear, I really appreciate. I think it's back, right?
Yes, Marcelo,
Getting
if you
back.
want, I can share the presentation. I don't know if that that helps.
Yeah. I think it wasn't me. Kevin was mentioning that it wasn't me. It was actually the application having trouble. Yeah. So let me keep this way, and then you can. Okay, you are doing it. All right. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so you can. Let me put my camera on. Finish this. Oh, for that. I was saying that one of the things that that we're proud of in Fergie is that we pretty much focus. So when Alejandro and myself were at that particular time, without math, and then do you hear me? It's getting weird. What about now? Okay, so let's keep trying. I turned off my camera, so in case that's not helping, we should try that way. So when we were in the event, we were thinking about, well, what to do next. You know, we already have an alumni network of around 1,000 people that have come through 4Geeks, and that's only people graduating from the full stack programs everywhere. And of course, you think about many different options: data science, cybersecurity, blockchain, different things. But the logical path, the logical step for us was actually software engineering. A second level program for those who already know how to code, that you already learned how to code, and you are pretty much ready to pretty much move to another another level of your career, right? So our main goal here is to help you or get into those companies, the 500 Fortune. So you can pretty much achieve that by yourself or joining 4Geeks, but it really depends on many things, you know, and pretty much depends on the basic fact of them having open positions for junior developers, right? Which is not normal because those companies, well, they have a really really tough kind of job descriptions. It's not that easy to get in there, and the more experience that you get, the more practice that I've been repeating this for the last few years, but the better you become in coding, the better chances you have to make an even better living, make even more money, and work in a place that you feel even better. And normally those kind of logos are the companies that you might dream to work at. You know, like even myself, I'm pretty much confident that I will not change my position to if I'm offered to work in another place. But I don't know if Tim Cook from Apple calls me and he says like, "Hey man, do you want to join the innovation division at Apple?" I'll be like, "Why not?" You know, uh, let's do that. Maybe Alejandro will hate me, and maybe some of you will hate me, but that's a beautiful position. And as a software developer, you might think of, yeah, if I'm thinking about getting into a new program, or I'm sorry, if I'm thinking to jump into a new company, or improve my chances of getting a new job, or making an even better income per year, I should target working in a 500 Fortune company. So that's the main goal here. Uh, help you get there, and how we help you to get there. It's pretty much the main question, right? There's a lot of career support that needs to be done in if you want to take that step on, right? And again, there are many factors to consider, many elements, topics, and situations that need to be uh, or to come together in order for you to take that step forward in your career. But one of them is actually getting the skills, you know. And one of the main you can move forward, Anna. One of the main challenges that we find when we graduate junior software developers from our bootcamp is that you lack experience. Of course, that's normal. Professional experience. I mean, you need to start getting opportunities and maybe jump into internships, or maybe accepting. You need to accept the first job that comes to hand, because you need to put that in your curriculum, and then everything will change. But what happens after? Again, what happens after? Or what else is happening in the market? As a software development, or normally boot camps that teaches software development programs, you have to choose the technologies that you need to teach, right? And at For Geeks, we normally focus on the most on-demand technologies, and also the most uh, interesting technologies, uh, the, those who are being used the most, those who are being required the most by the job market, and those who are even um, getting like bigger portions of the market, like Python. I'm talking about Python, for example. Python is not only a web kind of technology, it's also being used in different technologies, right? So why not teaching Python? And one of the fun facts about Python and about 4Geeks is that it's super huge. Everybody loves working with Python. It will improve the chances of getting a new job. And 4Geeks is pretty much one of the fewest bootcamps in the US teaching Python. And it's not that we own Python, you know, like nobody owns a particular technology like that. But we teach it, like it's already part of our syllabus, so we're taking advantage of that, of course. But then if you look at the market and the traditional kind of market, even if you look at colleges, I was having a kind of public thought this afternoon about the role of colleges, and I was reading an article posted by the New York Times saying that if you go to college, you're going to be happier and you're going to live longer. And that, for me, was absolutely crazy. And I want to put my camera on again. Like, I was reading that and I was like, what the, you know, how am I going to get happier or live a longer life if I go to college? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's one of our students, Gabe, mentioned something that I totally agreed with. There was that's just a correlation of facts, you know? They're just putting together things. Um, I did went to college, like I did go to college, and I'm happy, but that doesn't like it's not because of that, you know. I'm happy because I love my work. I'm happy because I have a child. I love my family. It's not because I went to college, you know. That's super crazy. That's a super crazy approach to seeing the consequences of going to college. But again, if you see the syllabus that is being taught in colleges, in the best ones, I mean, you get to see, and again, you take the job market, and what the people or huge companies are um, what companies are requiring from software developers, and also which technologies normally or traditionally are being taught in college. You can find Java as part of that, right? Uh, and even though we always say that Java is like the dark side of the software kind of industry, and that's because Java normally is being used in industries that are like really traditional, right? Like super traditional, old-fashioned, like the financial sector, for example, or Microsoft, for example. So if you want to teach software, if you want to teach software skills to someone that is a junior that has no experience in coding, then you need to take a bigger approach. But now, once you get there, once you have the skills, once you already have some experience in the field, learning Java is not a consequence of being a good developer. Like if you learn Python and JavaScript and you want to learn Node.js, then you can do pretty much that on your own. Or, well, that's something that happens with some other technologies as well. But with Java, there's no relationship between your software web skills and Java. It's like you need to go with mentors through a program and get the support in order to achieve those skills and get those skills. So there's no way that you can get in few weeks the amount of knowledge and skills and practice and capabilities that you can get out of a program like this. So I'll tell you how pretty much the program structure works. We always have a pre-week. For those who are not familiar with 4 weeks, we always have pre-week. Sometimes you have the time to take the full thing, like you get 2-3 weeks in advance to work with it, or sometimes you just come last minute, but you still need to go through the pre-week. So the first part is pre-week. We need to make sure that everyone joining the software engineering program has the skills of a software developer already, a web developer at least. And then we're gonna make you start getting familiar with Java, with object-oriented programming, well, and of course with JavaScript, React, and the other web development stack, part of it at least. And then we're gonna launch 6 main, like the program once it begins, it has 6 main parts. So we're gonna work in the front end, we're gonna work with algorithms, we're gonna work with the storing, which is pretty much the main Java part. We're gonna scale, we're gonna test the quality, and we're gonna have the final product. Let's talk a little bit about those phases, just to give you a little bit of information about it. By the way, if you have any questions or if you need like to get, well, you can take a screenshot. I don't really mind. But if you want to get more information, of course, you can ask for this information later, and we can share that. And we are also recording this session in case you want to review it later. So don't worry. So for the front end, we're going to dive into JavaScript and the DOM, but then we're including some things. For example, TypeScript. We're going to start playing with TypeScript pretty much because it's the best way to work, to have the front end. If you're working with Java, TypeScript is the best tool for the front end of that application. We're gonna start learning how to split some code, how to transpile. We're gonna work and dive into Redux and Flux in a more deeper way, and then again TypeScript, and then we're gonna switch to algorithms. And it sounds scary, but it's really important if you want to move forward in your career and upskill your already skills. To start playing with big O, measuring time and space, playing with data structures and design patterns, and also having binary and sequential storage. So we need to play with algorithms. Whenever you go through a full stack program, you do touch algorithms and you play with them and you work with them, but this is deeper. This is actually mastering the algorithms part of the software industry. So you will become a little bit of a crack monster, super skillful developer, including these skills in the resume. And then every time that I say this, I get a little bit frustrated because I'm a little bit mad at Java, but then again, we have to teach Java. So we're going to teach Java for the store part of the program, the best practices, and also how to solve scaling, optimization, the infrastructure. We're going to work with Maven and, well, some other features and technologies that maybe you're not familiar with, but that are fundamental part of that part of the program, phase of the program. Then we're going to switch to the scale part. So one of the most complicated and hardest part of a huge company is how to scale the software that you already have in place. So we're going to learn the most important strategies to distribute apps, and that means concurrency, sockets, data compression, and distributed storage. It's really hard, and that's why the next phase is quality. To have, from the moment that the software is alive, and then switching to a new version that has thousands of clients and users and data and endpoints and multiple factors, merge, improve, and scale that software, and don't interrupt the functionality and the experience that the user, the client has. It's a pain in your because you can't stop the company from working. It has to be live, and you need to work on the back end. In the meanwhile, that you're working with improvements and with a new kind of application, and don't stop or don't put the corporation at risk, right? And then we're going to start working with the final project. We're going to take 4 weeks to build that final project. Normally, we recommend everyone to at least work in pairs. So you need to work with someone else and build a huge platform based in Java. Of course, using the technology that we already mentioned, but it will be based in Java. And that's the kind of projects that you want to have in your portfolio, because just after this, we're going to start seriously trying to get you in a 500 Fortune company, right? Or if not, in a position that you are not any longer a junior developer, that you don't have to apply for a junior development position, so you can start searching for a mid-level, kind of even senior software position. It also depends on the amount of experience that you have collected. So if you move from the full stack program right after you take the decision to jump into the software engineering one, you still lack the experience, right? So you're going to have a lot of skills, but then you need to prove yourself in a real life case, a scenario job, But if in the meanwhile, like in the middle, you have collected some experience, well, that would be a huge step forward. Once you are part of 4Geeks, and that's something that we're also proud of, that you get pretty much a lifetime access to our mentorship and to our support. Some of the people that are already here know that, so it's not a joke. Of course, it gets busy, and you already have so many things happening in your life that you are not going to be meeting with us 10 hours a day as you were before. But at least you're going to have us through Slack or through videos or joining this program. You're going to always have a mentor ready to help from you. So you get that kind of access here. And then let's move to the other one. One of the things that I was thinking the most about this particular program is that I was like you normally kind of have the decision of having a part-time or a full-time program, and we pretty much have both at 4 gigs. But this one, I think, and I might change my mind, but at least for now, it's going to be a part-time program. And the reason why is because we don't want you to stop working, and searching for a job and making money and getting experience and collecting job opportunities and projects. We don't want you to stop coding. So we want you to code, to work hard, and then work even harder when taking this program. And it will be just as the same kind of structure that we have for the part-time programs that we have right now. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., 3 times per week. It'll be 16 weeks, if you know that from the previous calculations of weeks that I show on the structure, but it is a 16 weeks program. And normally the workload per week should be around 20 hours. I normally say that it should be more, but at least it should be 20 hours per week. I don't know if I'm missing something here. Yes, the career support partner and the job hunting comes after, yes. So once you have completed this program, you're gonna get a renewed and improved career support, because it's not like it was before, or it's not like if you are a junior. So we're gonna get CTOs having the interviews with you, getting you ready for the interviews that you're gonna have. Right now, we have senior developers as well doing that, but the main difference is actually the CTO kind of approach. So those guys are already working as a chief technology officer in a tech company. So they are already recruiting for profiles like yours. And also the way that you have to build your profile is a little bit different, because now you don't need to beg. You're not like the junior guy going around and asking for an opportunity. You are already at least a mid-level kind of, in terms of skills, software developer. So you are about to reach a point where offers are going to be chasing you or hunting you. It's the other way around, actually. That's the main point, to turn around the algorithm. So we want you to switch the mindset that you had before, in terms of normally you are looking for a job, and now it's you having the profile of someone that is appealing and kind of a sexy developer, for software development positions, and that's the main target. In terms of money, let's talk about it just briefly. The program next year will have a cost of pretty much 13,500 bucks. But for this year, if you are part of the 4 Gigs Academy community, either as an alumni or as a current student, you're only paying 9,500. And if you don't belong to the community, it's just 1,000 more. The idea right now is to let people first try this. We're dealing with a pandemic and the world's pretty much upside down. So we need to make an effort of helping as many people as we can, and also helping our community. So if you already belong to the 4 Gigs community, you're getting a really nice deal, and you can also apply for a scholarship, partial scholarships that we're going to have available again for alumni only. So out of the 9,500, you are going to get even a better price. And again, I never recommend. Oh, that's not true. It depends on the case. Sometimes I don't recommend to ask for a loan straightforward, because you're paying more to somebody else. It's pretty much a loan, right? But paying upfront actually puts your cash flow in a different position. So in this particular case, like if you're going to college, your life will become just a pure debt, to somebody. but this one it's not that hard. It's like around 9,000. So if you get a chance, pretty much getting some help and having someone backing you up for the tuition fee, I think it's a smarter decision. So let's talk about some of the questions that I might know that you have already. Let me see that. So what's the difference between the full stack program and the software engineering program? So first, you can't enter the software engineering program if you're not a developer already. So you have to have experience beforehand, and you're gonna be tested. Like you have to go through a tech assessment in order to prove that, or you have to come with a diploma from a bootcamp or college, but normally bootcamp. So you need to show that you already have the skills, because otherwise you're gonna be absolutely lost. Then the technology that we're teaching, the amount of we're gonna really dive deeper into algorithms, and we're gonna play hard with Java. So that's not something that we do in the full stack program. Nobody does that for someone that doesn't know how to code before. It would be super strange, you know. So pretty much they are two completely different programs, even though they belong to the same industry. The software engineering program, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's a step 2 in your career, pretty much. So how's the market in terms of Java opportunities, and how many Java developers are being requested? Super crazy, man. It's super crazy the amount of Java opportunities out there. You can go and witness that from your own research. It's crazy the amount of money that companies are paying and the amount of opportunities that are out there. Crazy, man. Crazy, really crazy that I don't believe it. Actually, that's the main reason why we chose Java right now, even though we didn't like it before. And that's also why we are bringing 2 super senior expert guys to help us build the syllabus in one hand, and the other, and also teaching the program, because it's not just us doing this. We actually need the best minds to help us achieve it. So it's really crazy the amount of opportunities are. If I'm correct, as a mid-level developer, I've seen, I was reviewing this last night. We're pretty much making 100K in Miami right now, and that's with Java in your backpack. So not too bad, right? That should be your expected average income, around 100K per year if you are in South Florida. If you are right now, it doesn't even matter where you are, because there are a lot of remote jobs open. But if you're applying for a Silicon Valley company, New York one, or a Boston one, or Chicago one, it should be 20–30% more at least. And you might be living in South Florida, so it's not that crazy. I mean, Miami is super expensive, but it's not that expensive as San Francisco or New York. So what options do I have? Like, what happens now? Like, if you really want to get into this. So let's say that you have this software engineering program as option A, then you have option B, pretty much go with the flow and learn what you can, and get into a better position afterwards, and C, going to college and get that computer science degree. So let's not talk about the software engineering program A, option A, because that's what I've been talking about. So let's jump into option B, doing like learn this by yourself. I think it's possible, and I also think that it's not a bad idea, but it will take you like 2 years, 3 years to get into there, like to get into that position, at least with Java, not to become a mid-level developer, because you can achieve that by many different paths. First, like working 1 year at a company as a software developer already makes you a super strong candidate if you want to switch jobs. So that's fine. But if you wanna move forward and become a at least mid-level developer, and also have Java in your backpack, it's a different game. You know, it's more money and it's more opportunities and even nicer opportunities. You know, because you can choose the option that likes you the most. You know, the project, the company, the status, the project. You know, you can rather choose the project, and that's beautiful. Uh, so if you do it by yourself, I think it could take you at least a couple of years. And C, going to take a computer science degree, which if you don't know me, actually that's something that people do after graduating as a software developer from Ford. I've seen people getting a job and then stopping and going to college to get a computer science degree. So I might be able to understand different reasons, but I don't like two facts. First, you're going to spend like 3-4 years at least, right? Then you're going to get a diploma that pretty much tells the same than this one. It doesn't make a difference. No one in the industry, except if you're graduating from MIT or like one of those huge universities, but no one else will say something about you getting a diploma from Nova University or Miami College or I don't know any of those colleges. I'm from a software engineering program like this. No one will take or pay attention to that. And then you're investing way more money than just the 9-10K. You know, way more, but way more, like super great. So I don't need. And then you're not working in the meanwhile because maybe you are having a super tight schedule and you're not able to have a full-time job. Maybe a part-time, but not a full-time job. So that's super cool. So for me, it's option a part-time software engineering program that is not too expensive, but it's really focused on skills and technologies required and demanded on demand in the market, and that will put you in a better position just for money. It's a no-brainer for me. Again, I'm biased. I told you that at the beginning, of course. But I think this is a super nice deal. So if you have the chance, you should do it. That's how I see it. And that's pretty much it. Those were the main things that I wanted to address tonight. So I don't know if somebody has a question. I'm right here again. And I'm sorry for the no camera, no Marcelo showing up before during the presentation, but I didn't want the internet to keep messing with me. You know. So I'm here. I don't know if somebody has a question. I don't know. It's your time right now, so I'm here to help. If you have any questions, you can turn your microphone on, or you can say something in the chat box. So all good. All right. Super quiet people we have tonight. Everybody gets the information. Everybody's sure about it. Maybe everyone is against my thoughts. That would be great. Maybe everyone is ready to jump in. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, so we're gonna send you this information if you need it. Just let us know. Then, well, yeah, I'm here. So I think the
Marcelo?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something?
No, I don't know if you guys want to have any questions or anything. As Marcelo told you, you can just send an email or Slack us. You can contact anyone from 4DX Academy and we'll send you the information. And even if you have any questions, just you can ask them via the Slack group, and we'll let you know the answers.
Sure.
Can I make a question, please?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
When is this program is going to be able to in Santiago?
Launch. In Chile. Next
Yes, in
year,
Chile.
man.
Next year. 2021.
2021, yes. We're trying the first one in the US first, which is pretty much how we do things at 4Geeks. We really try. Our location, the first location that we had was the Miami one, so we still have the privilege of going with Miami first, and then, yeah, next year you'll have it. Pretty much around February, probably.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Any
my
other
dear
questions?
friends,
Okay.
can you love and kisses
Thank you guys for coming.
to everyone. Be safe. Avoid the COVID.
Be safe. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Lacey. Bye, Paulo.